badass dart motor right here. Look, Vortec and everything, bro. What kind of noise does Vortec make, bro? Is it like a tornado?
A lot of sucking sound.
What is up, guys, man? We are back in the garage, and we're potentially going to be doing some work today to the Donk, as well as we're going to be doing some work to the S10. So let's see what we get done today. So we got our good friend Charles coming by to give us a hand. We're probably going to be mocking up some of this exhaust that you guys seen on the last video on the Donk. We're going to be rerouting everything and making it look pretty and functional. Now the S10 is going to be getting some love as well, as we're going to be trying to fix this steering issue right here. Now that the firewall's there and we got the motor back in place and all mocked up, we're going to be able to really get this right. Figure out exactly where we're going to make the hole on the firewall so that we could run the steering column. Now on the Donk, we got finally these flanges. We were looking for them online. They ain't like a male and a female. They're just a male, because that's what we have on this housing right here. So we put this piece already on, and I just got it taped up there temporarily to hold it in place. These little woods to make sure that we have enough clearance on the fender. And basically, guys, what we have is we're gonna go straight piece of pipe here, and then go with a 90-degree angle. I gotta put first the fender back on and see exactly where it's gonna end up at, but that's what we're gonna do. So here's a view of what we're trying to do, and you guys are gonna begin to get the idea of how it's gonna run. We want it to come out in front of the tire. So what we're gonna do is, this piece obviously is removable, and hopefully the other one don't fall off, but I'm gonna have to extend it about another 4 inches or whatnot, so that then this could sit right in front of that tire and come out under the front fender. I don't want to really chop up these fenders. They're all original. They've been body worked and sanded, primed, ready to go. So the exhaust is going to be coming out right under here. So we've gone ahead and put the fender back on, and damn, it looks so good. Super clean. Man, I'm telling you, I could paint this baby black if I wanted to. At the same time, man, we got our buddy Charles just showed up. What's up, bud?
Not much. What's happening?
Good, man. Good to see you.
Good.
It's been a while, bro.
Figured I'd come over, check things out, and see what our next step of action is.
You hadn't even seen the lift either, right?
Nah,
Yeah, it's been a minute since you've been here.
Oh, this makes a world of difference.
I'm hoping, bro. I'm really hoping that we get to do some things with it. So, yeah, man.
Fenders look like came out nice.
Yeah, the fenders are there. I think one final block in with tiger stripe it and block it, and whatever little pinholes I might have left over. But it looks pretty clean, man. I mean, in primer, everything looks good, right? When I put some paint, then I'll see if I got any waves and stuff left over. Even though all the people right now, they're painting those cars like a primer color, man.
A lot of people do. They're just doing a satin color and
Yeah.
be done with it. And
Yeah, man, they all look like primer cars now, especially like that dark gray. So,
well, I mean, you got to figure that's how my shop truck's been for years. I've done it that way, and now I put a little of that patina clear over it to kind of bring a little bit back to it. But mine's been kind of satin flat for a long time.
yeah.
It makes it easy if you're actually going to drive them and enjoy them. Like I put a bunch of miles on mine, so I don't have to worry about keeping it clean or nothing like that. So it's all good.
I don't know. I might patina this, man. I'm kind of like feeling like I'm not doing it justice by taking away like the junkyard look by actually doing like a paint job on it. So I don't know, man. I'm probably gonna do the front clip and then ride it like that because it's a lot of work. But yeah, buddy, we got the twin turbos in this Joker. You know, we put all this together, and then, like I said, I got that pipe there mocked up. I just put the fender on to make sure that we're not having any clearance issue. All right, Charles, so what are we looking at? We got it obviously on the lift, which is good. Makes it a little more comfortable. What are we gonna run out here?
The way you want your exhaust, so we're not cutting the fenders apart and coming out through the sides or back where it's blowing out your ears and everything else. You came up with the design of doing it, and it's gonna be relatively simple to do. Come off the back of the turbo, bring the 180, a couple 45s, and it'll actually come down and fit pretty well down here, and then we'll shorten it all up, obviously, and then come down. The concept is to get it to fit where it's going to come down the center of the marker light and not really protrude out far, so we can bring it down here.
Yeah, that would look good, and I think that would help also with the noise and stuff and the smell. Definitely, I think that further from where I had it would help out. So we're going to do the 180, a 45, and then a 90.
And just, even though they're all pre-bit pieces you can buy, which is so nice to it, you massage them you don't have to leave this coupler on. You can bring it down, cut it real short. That way you're bringing it up, because all we're going to do is we'll weld it solid all around. It just gives a slip joint. You don't have to use the whole piece. So if you want to shorten this up, you can literally bring it up here, cut this piece and cut here. And instead of being this far out, you know, you bring it here, you're actually bringing it up in quite a bit more.
Yeah, I kind of like it with those slip joints, man. They definitely, it's a universal kit, guys, what we bought. It's T304 stainless steel, so it's good stuff. I mean, that's what we get. But damn, that fender's looking mighty nice on the wheel. And we might have some exhaust. We might be able to just mock this driver's side up and get it fully welded. All right, so now that we got it back on the ground, Charles, what are we doing with this wastegate? I've seen some people just vent them, you know, out into the air. I know that sometimes fire comes out them jokers or whatever, and I just don't want to burn anything. So do we tie it into the pipe? What do we do?
A lot of people will tie them back into the exhaust. I've done it on some of my cars. The issue with that is you have to run a stainless steel bellow in here, because you will get flex between these two pipes. And even though this one depends on which way it's clocked, you don't want it to break out the weld. So you put a bellow in here if you're tying it back in. Easiest solution on this, what I would do, we take and flip these wastegates, take these pipes on both of them, and they now will run, instead of backwards, they would run forward right down here towards the front and kick straight down past the crank right out the front of it. Leave them separate. It's easy to do. Don't have to worry about tying back into anything, and you don't have to worry about anything cracking back out without running a bellow.
All right, and then about, for this exhaust, what are we gonna do to try to, like, I mean, it's probably gonna add a little bit of weight to it. Is there an idea yet, or are we gonna have to just set it all in and then go from there and see where we could like brace it to something?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to brace it, because your turbos are already hanging farther off the manifolds. They're not straight up and down, so this kind of like holding a milk jug. Anytime you go farther out, it's a lot more weight holding it out farther. So we will definitely have to brace that off the motor, along with the exhaust. We'll have to brace back to the turbo housing or off the motor itself, because this does not have solid motor mounts, so the motor will flex as the torque comes in. And if you have anything solid mounted to the frame, the motor is moving independently. So unless we do a solid mount where it's all tied to the frame, we will have to have something attached to the motor itself. That way everything moves as one unified piece. You don't have separate pieces binding against each other.
Nice. So long story short, we brace the turbo off the engine instead of how I had it on the frame, and then we'll brace the exhaust off the turbo.
Yes.
Well, that works.
So that way you're extending farther out, but everything's based off the solid piece that will move together.
All right, so before we get started, man, guys, I know you remember I bought these cool looking tips. Charles, can we incorporate these tips somehow, some way, man? I don't think anybody was gonna really wanna buy them, maybe, but you know, we had this like this before, guys, and this was the reason we had it like this, and it was just like too much going inside the car, which was driving me kind of crazy. So can we do anything with this, brother?
We can do whatever you want to make happen. It's just whether or not it's easy or not, but we can definitely get these to work. Same thing as the pipes coming down. Instead of coming down and kicking straight out, we can actually cut these off, and we have different options. So instead of just a straight pipe coming straight out and down, you could actually bring these in and turn them different ways. You could angle them down. You could have them up. You could almost have them back. It really just depends on how you want, because once we come down there, the tip's just the option of what angle we want to do it at. But it definitely gives a little bit better of a flair to it instead of just the straight pipe
boring,
cut off.
The straight boring.
Yeah.
That little teardrop would look cool as heck, man. I like it like that. Damn. Like that, maybe sideways a little bit, maybe a clock at a 45. Yeah, that thing will look badass.
So I think that looks pretty good like that.
Hell yeah. Guys, I don't really want to chop up these fenders, man. Probably be easy to just fender exit like right around here and call it a day. But I think that taking the extra mile, doing something nice, you know, it speaks finesse, elegance. Junkyard Donk for the win. All right, guys, so we've gone ahead, and don't mind this little outfit I got there. But we have sanded down the flange. We're gonna grab that 180, and we're gonna just try to tack some stuff up for now. Is that what we're doing, Charles?
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and line it up, get everything in the proper order we want it. We'll throw a couple tacks on over here on the pipe Victor just ground down for us. That way I can take it back to my house and then TIG it up good and
nice.
And then we'll do the same thing with once the main pipes are in, but we just want to get this 180 set so it's all done and locked in because we'll build everything else off of that.
Sweet. We're test fitting the 180 right now.
Yeah, we're just mocking it up, getting ready to put a couple tacks once we get everything secured where we want it. That's what the blocks are for. We'll get all the angles. A lot of it right now is more just for looks to make sure it kind of flows.
Yeah.
Performance-wise, put air in a motor, get it air out. It works. But no one wants to look all wonky one way compared to the other side. So if you can get symmetry and make them look a little better when you're doing the work anyhow, why not?
That's a bodybuilding term, bro. Symmetry. I like that. Do any bodybuilding?
Not in 30 years.
Sweet. Man, that bitch sound crispy. Wow, that bitch sound crispy, dog. Ooh, crispy.
That's all.
Crispy, dog. That bitch sounding. Damn.
It's on. Not going nowhere.
Well, you guys, we're making progress. I know we haven't been giving you guys a lot of videos. Charles been busy. I've been busy, man. But, you know, when we get to link up, we make good stuff, man.
Get to hang out, good times. We also get some good product done, too.
Hell yeah, man. There's going to be a little cars and coffee, man. We're going to be hanging out, driving with the top down, a PA speaker, like an ice cream truck. Oh, man. Got nice little tacks on it.
Yeah, just enough to hold it in place because it's stainless steel to get it over my house and weld it up.
Yep.
That way we got the angle on.
Man, that's sweet, dude.
And then
we got, what was going here?
The O2 sensor.
Yeah, that's another issue that we were having with the O2 sensor on this car, guys. It was reading right, but it wasn't reading perfect, and it's just because of the fact of the location. You want to have it at least 12 inches away from your turbo, I guess, exhaust. At least 12 inches of pipe. Man, that didn't sound right.
And Vic found these awesome little O2 bungs already beveled for 3-inch pipes. We just marked where we want it. And that way I'll go back, drill my hole, get everything set, and then weld this in too. That way we got the O2. It's over 12 inches away from the coupler to get a better reading. And then this will be welded solid. We can start mocking everything else up off it.
Nice, man. Who says that we can't do it in a garage, right?
Everything's built in the garage. It doesn't have to be a $200,000 garage.
There you go. I believe that. And by the way, guys, man, in this restoration, bro, we got nothing but stainless steel, bro. Stainless steel bolts. I mean, you got stainless steel bolts. You got powder-coated bolts. You got every kind of bolts. And I mean, you got even sheet metal self-tappers, bro.
Who else has raw steel body shims? Nobody.
Yep.
Except for another 12 million cars on the road.
Man, this is I don't even know what to call this kind of bolt, but this is a little rusty bolt. So we got rusty bolts, we got stainless bolts, we got a whole tropical variety.
We got all bolts of all kinds.
That's it.
You need a bolt, we got it. If not, bolt off.
Ain't no frame off, it's a bolt off. Holy smokes. And we got, bro, this badass dart motor right here. Look, Vortec and everything, bro. What kind of noise does Vortec make, bro? Is it like a tornado?
A lot of sucking sound.
So we're back in the garage, another day, another dollar, and we got the exhaust welded on the one side. So we ended up getting this pipe welded by my buddy Charles. And as you can see, we got the O2 sensor welded in. We got the exhaust flange welded in. And right now, guys, what I'm getting ready to do is weld the rest of this pipe in. We're gonna tack it in place. We got plenty of clearance right here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it once again to my buddy Charles's house and wrap it up. Looking so much cleaner, so much nicer. Definitely those pipes sticking up, man, like were not gonna work for our application. Now, fast forward to the passenger side, we're mocking this up in order for me to do the same thing we did on that side, tack it all up. Have enough clearance back here where this factory AC unit is gonna stay in place. I could have removed it, but again, this is the Junkyard Donk, guys. It's about functionality right now. So this is how I have it set it up, 45, 45, There's clearance there between the exhaust and the battery. I'm gonna mock the fender up and see if it's all true, and if it is, then like I said, I'm gonna tack all of this in place, tack in place, and then take it to my buddy Charles's house so he could finish up TIG welding it. But it's looking very different, so let's get this fender on. Mounted the fender back on, and it's just there temporarily. Obviously, all the body lines need to be corrected a bit, but you can see that nothing's really hitting. We could actually go a little higher if we wanted to, but everything looks good. There's clearance. This battery cable is going to come on over. So there's clearance there, clearance around the bracket. Everything looks like it's going to work, man. It just makes everything look just that much cleaner when you reroute this exhaust compared to what it was. I mean, guys, understand that this is a Junkyard Donk. It's a Junkyard 5.3. And the car was basically sitting in a junkyard, man, ready to be demolished when we decided to save it. And we're bringing it back to life. So we're going to lift it up now on the lift. See where is it that we got to sand to tack on. We're going to start on by tacking on the driver's side first. And then we'll work our way to the passenger side and hopefully have this all tacked in place and ready to get fully welded. We've disassembled everything, grinded all the joints up. We're gonna go ahead and try to tack this up so that we could take it to my buddy's house and do a final weld. So we got the driver's side tacked up. You see it on the flange as well. So here we have our exhaust all mocked up, tacked in place. We're gonna now take a little road trip to my buddy's house, Charles, so he could TIG them in. So we're headed on a little road trip to my buddy Charles's house, and we're gonna get it all tacked up, guys. So make sure to stay tuned, man, for the next video where we get it all done and actually get it on the car and do some test rips, man. So I appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And like always, love God, love family, love racing. See y'all on the next one. Thanks for watching.